We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene. Yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team. Yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around. You know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Izuku, he don't live in reality. Shake back, all become a fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? He think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leo Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Was Trained by all of the Shonen Jump protagonists. This is part 37. In the last part, we starting off with that of Class 1A, getting ready for that of the Hero Licensing Exam, training to use that of their super moves in the future, developing. Given that the summer camp was to help them develop their quirks to get ready to make super moves. But however, due to the tons of interruptions from that of League of Villains, the raid, and also moving into the dorms, they're now basically skipping straight into doing super moves. As for Izuku, besides developing a new super move, he would use this time to learn how to use that of, well, a new ability, using his quirk to transfer to that of another new world. However, the world he would end up in is the one world that was trying its best to basically not accept him. That being the world of Medaka Box, where its entity, or rather the very entity of Shonen Jump as a whole, Nagami Najimi, was trying to prevent him from gaining the power he would gain from Medaka Box, given her disdain for this version of Izuku Midoriya, but not wanting to leave him off with literally nothing to gain after coming this world, even though she really wants to. She gives him that of a Nagano, a cursed gear from that of the world of the Seraph of the End, where Izuku is now trying to learn how to control it, as it's been at least that of several hours in the world of Medaka Box, believing at least that of the day or maybe at least a few minutes have now gone by. He actually found out that barely has been only that of a minute. Trying to go back in the portal, believing that he may be able to reach that of another world. Instead, it closes on him. Even though he could have kept it open, it was due to Najimi that she closed it soon after, which leaving that of a pissed off Izuku. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Right after that little episode with Izuku basically cursing out that of the very goddess of Shonen herself, he is now calmed down and decided to at least try to figure out that of the cursed gear in his hands, otherwise known as Izuhime. Call it ironic that the first three letters in the name of Izuhime is IZU, just like that of Izuku, IZU. So yeah, I guess that's something that Najimi kind of just did on that of the spot after all. Looking at that of the demonic warp Nagano in his hands, within basically speaking with that of his Zanpakuto Yusa, saying, "So, how are we going to be doing this, Yusa?" With then soon speaking to that of his Zanpakuto and that of their inner world, from that of All for One's point of view, when he tried to steal that of Izuku's quirk. When Yusa stepped in, though, it was basically nothing but just a black void, literally nothing, endless nothing. However, that was basically a pocket dimension separate to that of the inner world of the Zanpakuto, of that of, well, Izuku and Yusa's Zanpakuto connection. It was basically a world to make sure that any foreign influence did not get in contact with that of Izuku's spiritual core and any of his other abilities, especially his quirk mainly. As for his quirk, it's always been inside of the inner world of Izuku and Yusa, always kept safe guarded by that of the Zanpakuto, as the inner world is basically a forest area, a familiar forest area, with below being, as it has that of a log bridge, and below being that of a small little creek with water is basically running, as this is Izuku's inner world. The one place where he felt like his world basically changed the most. The one place where everything felt like it went upside down even more when people believed that he was quirkless. The place where he and Bakugo's friendship completely was destroyed by Bakugo's hands, not his. And in the middle of that creek, in that of a triangle square prison, lies that of a woman with that of long purple hair, a few bangs sticking up, almost looking like that of devil horns, actually. As she also having that of, as she also has that of amber orange eyes that are based with her pupils being slits. She having that of a beautiful young face, too, almost looking like that of in her early 20s to that of late teens, after all. She also having quite that of a mature figure, actually, somewhat on the same level as that of Midnight, actually. As for her clothing attire, it's basically that of a, strapless white tank top that shows quite a bit of her, belly button, actually, and only just covers that of her chest. Tight white shorts, actually, that go down to only that of midway of her, thighs. White open-toed heels, and also wearing that of a coat tail that basically wraps around that of her waist. That's on that of the ground and that of the creek, as she looks completely and utterly pissed, being in this cage, looking straight at the very boy that basically encaged her right now, severing her connection towards trying to take over Izuku's mind. As this is Izahime. Then she's saying, "Let me out of here, you damn bastard! How can a brat like that already have a spirit? Especially a demon spirit," saying, first of all, you dumb bitch, I am not a demon spirit. I am a sword spirit known as a Zanpakuto, a superior version of you, a cursed gear, basically. Because unlike you, who tries to possess, manipulate, or control that of their wielders, I am basically one with my wielder. He and I are the same. He and I are different, but we are still the same and connected as one. Basically, you're a foreign entity that should not and would not exist right now. So I'm basically going to give you that of a option. Once Izuku is going to allow you into his body, then after that, if you try anything, the two of us are going to basically beat the living shit out of you to the very point that you'll be begging us to stop and start calling us daddy right afterwards. And trust me, it will happen. Because originally, I used to prevent all the other abilities that Izuku learned to be used when he's using me, given the power that I wield as a Zanpakuto. But now, as he's growing stronger, both physically, mentally, and emotionally as well, I am allowing such, foreign entities to clash with that of my reishi and spiritual power as well. It's my number one and main duty as a Zanpakuto is to defend and protect my Soul Reaper partner, which Izuku may not be a full-fledged Soul Reaper, but still. Within saying his piece, and then sitting right in front of her, as Izahime couldn't help but look completely and utterly annoyed, but then saying, so that's what you're saying, just a mere threat, saying, oh no, it's not a threat, it's a damn promise. As the white-haired, red-eyed Izuku lookalike couldn't help but basically give a grin, saying, and trust me, I would like to hear the fact that you call me daddy. Unlike Izuku, who tries to act innocent, honest, and basically mature, is given his mental age after all. I, on the other hand, likes to enjoy pleasures of being superior to others. And trust me, I don't get a lot of chances to shine after all, since he doesn't like using me too much. Unless it's a serious battle. As you stand up, and then saying, so, just telling you, give me a reason to allow me to have to cut loose at least a little bit here. As Izahime basically could feel the very intent and not only that, totally understands that he would definitely, and I mean definitely, keep his promise if she tries anything. However, Izahime is a demon, a proud and righteous demon, as she does not like to be being treated like that as an object or a tool or being looked down upon whatsoever. She may be a cursed gear and a demon soul trapped in this weapon, but it doesn't matter to her. Her demonic pride will not be stepped. And as soon as she gets the chance, no matter what this spirit inside of this boy says, she is definitely going to take over his body one way or another. Outside of their inner world, Izuku, still having that of the cursed gear in his hands, while speaking with that of All Might, Aizawa, and also the clone of ectoplasm, with then soon fully explaining what just happened, as then All Might saying, gods? Actual literal gods? And she's within All Might, Izuku saying, not really a big fan of shonen genre as a whole, it seems. With then soon, Aizawa couldn't help but pinch the bridge of his nose and out of pure annoyance and frustration saying, first, I had to deal with that of an interdimensional problem child. Then, I had to deal with that of multiple villains on trying to kill my students on a daily. And now, I find out that there's actually an interdimensional god that basically hates our entire world because it's labeled under a shonen trope. God, this is ridiculous. Within, Ectoplasm saying, as much as we should report this, I think it's best that we don't aggravate that of Nezu. Within, soon, all the two other teachers, the former number one hero and that of the sleep-deprived underground hero, couldn't help but agree all too well, knowing their boss and supposedly the smartest being in all of MHA would take this as a goddamn challenge to try and meet that of the goddess of Shonen Jump as a whole. Within, All Might saying, so, young Midoriya, are you still planning on training? Saying, oh yeah, I need to get this over with so I can develop at least that of new moves now that I have this after all. As the pros look at that of the cursed demonic Naginata, Aizawa could up and say, are you sure you can handle something like this, Midoriya? I mean, within, Izuku saying, it's okay. I got this. Promise. After saying his piece, with Izuku heading to that of a far end corner of the gym. Within, soon, All Might saying, are we sure we should be letting young Midoriya train by himself? Within, soon, Aizawa saying, as much as I would want to basically keep an eye on him, I believe he can handle this. But just to keep safe, within, soon, going to that of Cement Toss, within, whispering to that of the cement manipulation teacher, within, saying, understood. Within, going over back to Ectoplasm, the clone of Ectoplasm, within telling him, I got it now. Within, soon, All Might saying, Aizawa, what did you... Before All Might could finish asking his question, within, soon, multiple walls begin to materialize over that of Izuku. Within, Izuku couldn't help but smirk, and that's of understanding what's going on. Before then, more and more clones of ectoplasm, around that of 20 clones, revolve around that of the wall. Before then, soon, All Might couldn't help but eyes wide in shock alongside everybody else, with even Momo and El Chaco kind of worried for Izuku, as the person that they felt are in love with is now trapped wondering what's going on. Even Bakugo couldn't help but be wondering what the hell is happening to warn this for Deku. With then All Might saying, Cementos, ectoplasm, what's going? With then Aizawa saying, that's what I basically told Cementos and ectoplasm. It's basically a safety precaution just in case. And in case that doesn't even help, Midnight, I'm already about to go tell Midnight to use her quirk on Midoriya if anything bad happens, to knock him out. Better safe than sorry, but like I said, don't judge me basically being overcautious for me not having faith for Midoriya. After all, he is my student, and I am his teacher. It's best for a teacher to understand, to believe in their students more than just teaching them, after all. As Aizawa walks off more to try and help out those from Class 1A, All Might, on the other hand, still feels a little bit worried, but understands Aizawa's words, after all, and saying, young Midoriya, I hope you're ready. Within, Izuku couldn't help but smirk in that of understanding, saying, well, there we go. Within, looking at that of the spear. Within saying, Yusa, I'm about to go into that of our inner world. Once that happens, I want you to lay down to basically remove the spiritual block from that of Izahime. Within saying, alright, I'm prepared. And just to let you know, I'm already giving her the rundown on when she tries anything. So, don't worry, I got this. She's probably going to try and do some mental manipulation and all that. Oh, definitely. So, as soon as she does, yep, I know what to do. After saying their piece, Izuku sits in that of a lotus position, as still having that of the Nagano in his hands, within closing his eyes. Before then, his spiritual pressure begins to rise, as it begins to shake the ground at least a little bit beyond the barrier, with now finally arriving inside of his inner world. With then soon seeing that of his Zanpakuto, basically the white-haired and red-eyed version of himself. Within, the triangle-shaped barrier soon fully dissipates around that of Izahime. Within, seeing the barrier disappears, feeling that of shock. Before then, she having that of a look of pure and utter gleam and joy, saying, now you're mine, human! Within, without warning, she was soon socked right in the face by that of one punch and one kick, as Izuku kicks her in the face, while that of Yusa punches her right in the face, sending her flying into that of the forest-like area. Within, Izuku saying, it's been a long time since I've been in my inner spiritual world. To think that this is what it looks like. Within, Yusa saying, hey, this is both basically a turning point moment of our lives. Bakugo basically removing that of his friendship from us when we tried to help him out, seeing it as us basically looking down on him when we were just being a good and honest person. Within, Izuku saying, yeah, Kachan let the praise to his head go to him so much back in the day. It's to the point that he basically destroyed our friendship, all because of his pride that he was developing, all due to people admiring his quirks so much and not admire him as a person. But now this place holds a lot of value, both inside my heart and soul, and this will be our battleground for the time being. Within, Izahime getting back up, as she is completely and utterly pissed with her hair and some of her clothes basically being soaked, saying, you damn brats! Within, soon, Yusa bringing out that of his Zanpakuto sword form, within pointing at that of the curve-like blade towards that of the cursed gear spirit. Within, Izuku using that of his Nen, creating that of copies of his Nichiri katana, one in his hands while the other began to fly up, creating that of the seventh sword floating technique formation. Within, soon preparing for that of combat. Izahime trying to manipulate Izuku's mind with trying to find that of his past and broken moments, sorrowful moments that basically trying to consume him. as she sees many of them, all of the moments of Izuku's former childhood. From the moment that that some people couldn't diagnose his quirk, to many people believing that he was quirkless because he didn't know how to use it, to his best friend destroying their friendship, all because of him, of his ego, to the life of everybody looking down and bullying him because they see him as worthless and weak. All of these moments perfect to basically consume Izuku, forcing him to relive them. Within, Yusa could feel that of the distortion within that of Izuku's inner thoughts and mind, to that of his spiritual pressure changing and warping as Yusa was about to interact and stop this. However, Izuku stopped him, placing his hand right in front of his Zanpakuto look-alike. Within, Yusa saying, "Are you really sure about this?" Saying, "I am. To be honest, this is the best time I'm ever going to do to get past this. As much as I basically want to say that I've gone past everybody who have treated me like crap and shit, and basically looked down at me, even Kachan, I still need to confront them instead of pushing them aside or basically just saying, I'm good. I need to confront this here and now." Within soon, began to see that of all of those bad moments, experiencing them once again, all over again. The first being when the doctors didn't know what his quirk was. Going to that of multiple doctors, from one doctor who didn't even could tell what his quirk was, all that they could say that it was an emitter type quirk. Another one basically checking over that of his feet, especially around that of his pinky toe, as he isn't double jointed. And another doctor basically trying to do that of multiple tests, with even telling him that he's most likely definitely quirkless, that he's just possibly an anomaly, to believe that some doctors possibly believe that he had a quirk but never did to begin with. With all of this, it led to that of Izuku still wanting to believe if he could be a hero, with even asking his mother if he can without a quirk just like All Might, with even her apologizing and saying sorry that she couldn't give him a proper quirk to be a hero. With that was the first straw. Within soon, Izuku goes through these memories again, before then saying, even without a quirk, even without power, and even if nobody knew the truth that I really did have a quirk, it didn't matter. This was just one step. This was just one trauma that led me to becoming the hero that I am now. So now, to be honest, all these words mean nothing to me anymore, because I could still achieve that dream. Within soon, those memories begin to completely and utterly shatter, within leading out of Izahime using that of another memory. The memories of his former childhood friends, especially his former childhood best friend, Katsuki Bakugo, looking down on Izuku and treating him like shit, bullying him for the past 11 years, which led to that of Izuku having that of multiple bruises, beaten, looked down upon, insulted, and even a few times of suicide baited as well. It was only until that of his 13th birthday where he finally felt completely and utterly at his lowest point, when he finally awakened his quirk. But what led to that moment was still the most heartbreaking moments, from his best friend betraying him, to the kids that he used to think of as somewhat friends now treating him like crap, to his teachers not even bothering caring about him or thinking about him as well. Which soon leads to that of Izuku coming to all this realizations, reliving these moments, saying, this world was so ignorant, so pathetic, to the point that people value quirks and their abilities over who they are as a person. You can have that of multiple heroes with that of great quirks and great abilities, but their personality is absolute dumpster fire and trash, that they don't even bother caring about the very people that they're trying to protect and save. That's why, on the day I finally awakened my quirk to travel between worlds, I would change. I would do better. On that day when I finally gained the power of total concentration breathing, where I learned that of water breathing and even that of sun breathing as well, I would use this ability to help those in need, that I would become the hero that everybody would admire, not because of my power, but because on who I am as a person. It's moments like this that made me come to this realization of the world and why I am a hero now. Within those memories begin to shatter too, leaving Izahime to step back in that of fear and complete and utter shock, saying, no, 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 no. I will take his body. I will consume him. He will become my new vessel. And once I do that, I'm going to erase that godforsaken, arrogant, lookalike soul of his. Within using that of one last memory, the memories of him lying to those around him, from that of his friends, to that of his classmates, to his teachers, and even to the girls that he loves the most as well. It was these moments that basically led to Izuku thinking that he had to handle everything all by himself. Even when he found out about All Might's quirk, he didn't want the quirk and just pass it on to that of Bakugo. Passed on that of a quirk that was basically now killing his former childhood friend turned rival, lying to the fact about that of his three girlfriends, Yu, Ochako, Momo, and even that of Nejire as well, who he may have feelings for, about him being a vigilante before telling the truth about his quirk and everything else like that. Even the moments where he worried them as well, of nearly dying after all. Because of this, he almost felt like he didn't deserve them, deserve their friendship, deserve their trust, deserve their respect. Not one bit. But when he finally talked to them, when he finally spoke to them, and when he finally come to that realization, he realized that they do trust him. They may hate the fact that he lied or kept secrets or half-truths, but they still care deeply about him. They still worry about him. Even with all of this power, he's still only human, and it's human nature to worry about those you care about and love the most. With now, soon, Izuku, these memories also begin to shatter with nothing left to traumatize Izuku, as Izahime is completely and utterly dumbfounded shock as she soon slumps down to the ground, back into that of the shallow waters of the creek once again, with even on all fours, saying, This can't be happening. This has never happened before. Even when I've taken over a person's body, they always consume, they always submit. Why? Why are you the only one that has not submit? What kind of human are you? As Izuku walks over to that of Izahime, as she's basically terrified and scared, wondering, so this is it. This is how I die. This is how I'm consumed. I'm basically going to be used as nothing but a puppet and a tool for this human. All those memories I saw of him being an honorable and just person, definitely a lie. I mean, look at his inner spirit. That Zanpakuto, whatever he calls himself, he's just a twisted and separate version of himself, knowing in hell that this boy is going to, within soon, was waiting for that of a strike. Before then, seeing that of Izuku's open palm, saying, you forcing me to relive all of those memories really was a pain in the ass. It really made me suffer a bit too. But, to be honest, I think this is the best form of therapy I've ever probably had in a long time now. Speaking to my masters helped out too, but, to be honest, even they would probably do the same thing I'm doing right here now as well. Shonen tropes and always, I guess they say. As Izahime is completely and utterly dumbfounded, saying, What? You're offering me your hand? But Look, I was probably hoping that you would probably do all this stuff. Hell, I was even thinking that you would have at least some kind of strength to fight back after all. Or try to do whatever you can to take my body. But seeing on how much, well, broken you are, how much that I basically overcame all of it, you were able, it basically surprised you. I'm guessing you've never had anybody overcome your manipulations to take over their body. Am I right? Within, she's saying, how are you? I may not been to the world itself for the end, but hearing the words from that of Najimi-sama, it only makes sense. Seriously, I think maybe demons like you just need somebody to trust instead of and just trying to take over bodies after all. From now on, you and I are partners, alongside that of Yusa as well. We'll work together, train together. Anything that you feel sad about or feel like you need to speak to me about too, I'm here, because from now on, we're all in this together. You by my side, and I'm by yours. How does that sound? Within hearing all this, she couldn't help but be completely and utterly dumbfounded by this human's words. Within, Yusa speaking up saying, and if you got the balls to basically try and step up to us again, just let you know, you won't be fighting Izuku. You'll be fighting me, actually. Because remember, I'm his Zanpakuto spirit. It's my duty to protect this sentimental and dumbass after all. But if you can basically come to your senses and realize that not everything has to be about you giving into your instincts, that there's also a bigger world out there as well, and whole different experiences. So Izahime, will you accept? Within hearing this from that of the two lookalikes, within she could help but say, I lost from the very moment that I was in your hands, didn't I? Within, both Yusa and Izuku say at the exact same time, yep. Within, she couldn't help but get off her knees and off her hands as well, before standing up, as she is at least a couple feet taller than Izuku and Yusa after all. And once again, getting a better look at her body, Izuku couldn't help but blush for a split second before going back to normal, and Yusa couldn't help but smile and think, nice, before having that of the cocky grin again. Before she's saying, alright then, my power is yours. My weapon is yours. My name is Izahime, but the Nagano is known as Karasatsu as well. I'm basically a select few of, cursed gears whose power is tied to that of the power of light. Within saying, light? Like actual light, saying, yes, the true power of light. Somewhat close to that of holy lights, like that of the angels, actually. Because of this, I'm seen as an outcast among my species, but I'm also one of the strongest cursed gears as well. I'll basically, if you allow me to be part of your body, part of your mind, and a part of your soul, then my full strength of the cursed gear is yours. And I'm also aware if I ever do something bad, within looking at Yusa, as he couldn't help but give off that of a cocky and somewhat, kind-hearted smile, saying, I know you're going to basically separate me and him from the very moment that I try something. You did it as soon as we met, so I figured. Saying, you get the gist of it. So, you in? As Yusa couldn't help but cross his arms and give off a smirk, with Izuku giving off that of a kind-hearted and caring smirk. Within she's saying, yeah, I'm in. As soon she offers a hand to Izuku, with Izuku shaking her hand, grasping her hand as well, while also Yusa doing this, placing his hand on both their hands. Within, a connection was built between that of the cursed gear and Izuku's soul. However, outside of that of Izuku's inner spiritual world, it isn't just that of Jim Gamma basically shaking, but it's also that of almost half of UA shaking as well, with even some believing that they're having that of a small earthquake. Within, soon, All Might saying, this is exactly what I was worried about, young Midoriya. Within, Aizawa saying, come on, Midoriya, you say you got this. Don't don't basically make me believe that you don't. With then soon, everybody in Class 1A wondering what's going on. But then soon, the shaking finally comes to an end, with even those from Class 1B who are actually planning to head to that of Gym Gamma, alongside Vlad King, couldn't help but wonder what just happened and why the hell did they just get a small earthquake like this off the bat. Before then, soon, all of that of the cement walls that was covering Izuku were completely and utterly sliced. Before then, they become that of pure atomized by that of white motes of light. With then soon, in the hands from that slash, being that of the Nagano of Izahime, with Izuku holding it, not even breaking a sweat. With his eyes having that of no longer the green hue, but having that of an amber hue instead. With even that of a swirling marked patterns on his face, on that of his right cheek, right under his eye. With then soon ectoplasm getting on edge, seeing that of the appearance of Izuku. Before then soon raising that of his right hand, saying, Mr. Ectoplasm, I can already feel the killing intent from you. Could you not, by any chance? I'm okay. I just wanted to get out of that without having to cause any debris that would hurt anybody. Within soon hearing that of the calm, rational, and somewhat cheerful and innocent voice of Izuku, Ectoplasm soon pulls back a bit of his killing intent, saying, Midoriya, are you truly alright? Saying, yeah, I am. Absolutely better now. Within soon looking at that of his new cursed gear, saying, we all are. As he's giving off that of a kind-hearted and caring smile. As now, in the coming days, the Provisional Hero Licensing Exam won't know what hit them. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how did you guys like this part? Again, sorry that it's not another action-packed or basically out-of-this-world chapter after all. Again, Izuku I'm on a time crunch, so I want to get straight into that of the licensing exam as soon as possible. However, I may not be able to reach that far though. Mainly because this what if, which used to be one of my most popular what ifs back in the day, is not even on the same level as it used to be. Which is a damn shame after all the hard work I've done to put in this series. But again, it kind of makes sense. The more a series goes on, even though it may become popular as time goes on, its popularity also dies down as well. That doesn't change at all. So yeah, at any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep to date my videos upload the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, gaming channel, side channel, other channel, Patreon, and Cash App. All link in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later guys, and hope you all take care. Do your thing, Shiro, and finish it off, my lady.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlist. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!